Let's talk for a second. Make sure that shit's still good. I ain't gonna keep y'all long. I ain't gonna keep y'all long at all. I just want to touch on something that a lot of men feel like they got this shit all figured out. Because, you know, now they've understood that, oh, well, cash don't mean nothing. Because look at billionaires. They don't use cash, which is a lie. They don't do this. They don't do that. Cash is still king, no matter what you say. No matter what you say, man. Because look, what they are thinking is, oh, if I got product, then fuck the cash. If I own houses and all this shit, then fuck the cash. Right? So why do you got the product for? Why do you get the houses for? Why do rich people do all the stuff they do? Do they do it just for shits and giggles and a laugh and shit? And say, oh no, fuck money. Or do they do it for the money? It all boils down to money. No matter how you look at it. I'm about to go in this Walmart right now. I can't just take a house. Hey, I'm worth this much money, man. I got liquidity. Hey, I want to eat some of this food. I'm not paying. I ain't got no cash. Don't work that way, man. It's still cash. See, the way they are looking at it is from a perspective of, it's a good perspective, but it's still not completely accurate. Somebody said, I said I want $1 million cash, right? That's a goal. I guess people take it as, oh no, you need product and you better own this and that. I never said you shouldn't. That still don't mean I don't want $1 million cash. $1 million cash is still, to me, it could be better than someone who, oh, I got a house that's worth $1 million. Yeah, you still got to sell it. Oh, I got $1 million in product, but yes, you still got to sell it. What if you don't? What happened to 50 Cent and G Unit? Or Floyd Mayweather and his clothing line? What do you do then? See, you got the product, but what happens if it doesn't sell? Then what? But if I got $1 million in cash, say you got $1 million in t-shirts. I got $1 million in cash. Say you got $1 million in chicken wings. I got $1 million in cash. Mine is already there. You haven't made your money yet. You're still trying to make that money. And there's no guarantee that you're going to make it. So some people, what do? I'm about to own this house. I'm about to buy this house. And they automatically assume that just because they paying on a house that they had never owned anyway, they automatically assume this house makes them worth more money. Only if you sell it. Remember that. So every person that's paying on a house right now, oh, you renting, dog, and I own my house. You don't own shit unless you sell and make profit off of that money, off of the house. And guess what? Here's a kicker that nobody gets. If you paid for a house that costs $100,000 and you sell it for $100,000, guess what you got out of it? You paid $100,000 for it and you sold it for $100,000. Anybody good at math? What'd you get out of that? Not to mention that the expenses that you paid for during the house. So let me get this straight one more time for the people who don't get it. Because cash ain't shit. Cash don't mean nothing at all. It means nothing. Everything is done for cash in this motherfucker. So it means something. Believe that. Believe that. I'm going to get to why they really think this way in a minute. Which is a smart way to think, but it's still off. All right? So you buy a house for $1 million. $100,000, whatever. And you throughout the years, you've been putting in expenses and all that, and you sell it for the same amount. What did you earn? You actually lost money. If you told me, here's $1 million house, and here's $1 million, I'm taking $1 million. Why? Because for one, I got to sell that house. Right? Unless I sell that house for a bigger profit, what good is it? It's just a fucking house. But guess what? Cash? All kind of stuff you could do with that. You can open businesses with that. You don't need no student loan. See that? Cash is still king. People go to work for what? Cash. No matter how you look at it, it's still all about cash. Now, this is what people are thinking that I think. They think, oh, if you got $1 million, it's all about the money and blah. No, I never said that. But don't get it twisted. $1 million is still $1 million. If you told me you could have $1 million of product and chicken wings or $1 million in cash, which one you think I'm gonna take? You gotta be a motherfucking fool if you think, oh, the product's worth more than the $1 million. Shit, since when? Explain to me how. Explain. Unless you invested $1 million in some chicken that brought you way more money than that $1 million, then it's a different story. But what if you don't? That's why I don't never look down on cash. Even if a millionaire doesn't touch cash, he still paid cash for the car he got. Just because he didn't grab $1 million in green money. Oh, here's $1 million in green money. The motherfucker still hit the shit and signed for the shit, and it still was $1 million. It's the same thing. It does not have to be. It's like the Bible said, bring your tithes. It does not have to be money. It could be food. It's the same thing, though. Plain and simple. So don't get overboard with this, oh, cash ain't nothing. Yes, it is something. You got to have both. It's all about balance. It's all about balance if you want to be a so-called millionaire or have a lot of money. It's both. It's cash and the ownership. Because the ownership is shit like that comes later in life or something you can fall back on or whatever. But cash is something that you can open up more shit with. You can't be like, I got $1 billion in houses, but I can't find nobody to buy none yet. What the fuck good is it? It's just sitting there. You can't even buy nothing to eat with $1 billion in houses. Unless you sold it, right? But what if I had $1 billion? Oh yeah, I could buy all kind of food, right? I could do whatever the fuck I want. So don't tell me cash ain't better. It's better. But you can't just get caught up on cash either. Just like people get caught up on the cash means nothing and it's all about product and all that. It's the same thing with the cash. You can't just say cash is everything. You don't want to forget about the other shit. You want to own shit. Like it's somebody who owns a Walmart, they're constantly getting paid. But guess what? It took cash money to build a Walmart and all that. They didn't just say, hey, I got $1 billion in houses. Only way they could do that is if they sold those houses. And guess what? Somebody came with cash to buy those houses that they sold. Still goes back to cash. No way around it. I don't care what anybody say. There's no way around that cash, dog. Somebody paid cash. Therefore, it's king. You may have been the one to own the house or own the Walmart or own the chicken wings or own whatever the fuck you own, but somebody's paying cash for that shit. So if cash means nothing, then what the hell? Why you taking cash then? Why not, hey, here's some chicken wings or this or that. Here's $1 billion house. Give me another $1 billion house since product is worth more than cash. Hey, I got this $1 billion house, dog. Just give me another billion. Give me this. I'm going to give you my $1 billion house for your $1 billion house. We'll call it even. For what? Makes no sense at all. Now, if you say I got $1 billion house and you about to buy this motherfucker, now we talking a whole different ball game. People own shit to sell shit for cash. People own shit for cash. People sell shit for cash. Whether they use that cash to get more shit, to sell more shit, it does not matter. It still boils down to cash. Plain and simple. Walmart, you can't just bring what I got in here. What I got in here? I got some headphones. So I'm going to go in Walmart. Hey, here's a product, headphones. Can I get some food for that? They're going to laugh at you. They're going to laugh at you. Because just because you got product, it don't mean all the time that it's worth something. You got to have something worth something for one. But I get the idea. You don't want to just let money sit around. That's what rich people do. It's not that they don't touch cash. They just don't. You could say they don't touch it because they don't want it. They don't deal with it. As soon as they get it, they want to put it somewhere. They don't want the cash. They want the shit that they want. Shit that brings them more cash. So ultimately, yes, they still want cash. They just treat it differently. Most people treat cash as, oh, I'm about to go buy everything. They treat it as, oh, what am I going to buy that's going to bring me more cash? That's the difference. That's the only difference. So somebody, if they have $100,000 right now in their bank account, you know, a mind of a Donald Trump or something, he going to know what to do with that. Versus somebody who might not know yet. Or they might treat it as, I'm about to go blow all this money. Somebody who buys a car, like I want a new car right now. But look, my heart tells me, get a new car, but my mind tells me, no, buy a new truck. Something that can make you money. That's how rich people think. They buy shit that makes them more money. That's it. They still use cash though. So what, I'm going to go bring some product to go buy a semi-truck? Yeah, that sounds right. Here's my loan. I got this product. It's worth something. Come on, man. Don't work that way. They want cold, hard cash, plain and simple. And yes, I know the credit people about to jump in this motherfucker too. And I got something for your ass too. I know the credit people about to, I already know y'all coming. Yeah, credit's important too. But only for what though? What is credit important for? For you to just go buy, you run up your credit card and be in debt and owe more cash? Is that what the credit's for? Is that why credit's better than cash? Or is it because you use your credit to either keep the money you got, cash, again, there's that cash again, not use your cash, but use that cash to maybe create more cash, right? Y'all follow me or what? But guess what? You still got to do it. So even if you say, hey man, look man, I'm about to use my credit to open this business, you still got to make it happen. And if you don't, guess what? You're going to owe some cash. See, if cash was so gone, you could just go to the bank you in debt with right now and just bring them shit. Like, hey, here's some shit I got. I got this product. I don't got no cash, man. I'm in debt. Get me out of this shit. It don't work that way. Why you think credit is built in the first place? To get interest of cash off of people. That's what credit's all about. That's why they created credit. The richest people in the world created credit, loaning people shit and charging them more. So ultimately, is credit really better? If I get a car on credit, yeah, it might boost my credit score a little bit. But guess what? I'm paying more for it. So is it really better? The only way credit would be better than actually paying for cash is if you got a plan and it works. For instance, I'm gonna buy this Walmart. I'm gonna buy this Walmart, but I'm not gonna use my money. Now, guess what? I buy this Walmart, and then within months or something, I make the money back. And now I'm free and I'm making all profit. Yeah, then I didn't even have to use my money, right? But what if you don't? What if it fails? See, everybody not looking at that part. What if it fails? Because to be successful, you're going to fail a whole lot. And sometimes you might need cash to bail you out of your failure. You think some of these rich people don't have to use some of their money to get them out of bad choices they've made? Of course they do. Jay-Z got all kind of hundreds in his drawer. What's that for? What's that for, Jay-Z? I thought cash didn't matter. Obviously, he wants some cash. So again, when I say I want $1 million in cash, that doesn't mean that's it. I want to own something. I want to like make money certain ways. I want money to be making money certain ways for me too. But I still want $1 million in cash just so I can say I got it. You know what I mean? Plain and simple. That don't mean that I think cash is just it and that's all. No, that's not the way it works. It's both. You want to own shit and you want the dollars too. Plain and simple. Because if I just own shit, again, I'm going to say this shit again. If I just own shit and I don't have no cash, I'm going to have to sell the shit I own to get cash. You know what I'm saying? Or let's just say this. You own shit and you always getting paid off of it, I guess. Right? but you don't got a damn dollar in your name. What happens if something comes up? That's a perfect example why I'm on that. There's semi drivers that own semis that you a worker, Twan. I'm a boss. Yeah, they a boss, but guess what? They probably struggling, some of them, and don't have no money. What happens if that semi break down? Now what? Or let's take it even further. Some of them, the way they got the semi, they didn't have cash. So what they had to do? They had to loan. Now look, they're in debt. That's why they can't catch up. Is this making sense? Somebody like me, I already got the money to buy the semi. If I decide to own my own semi, I don't have to lease nothing. I won't have to be in debt. Why? Because of cash. I'm already ahead of the game. Or I could get a loan, but guess what? If you get a loan, you're going to probably pay more than what you pay for. So you're better off just paying the shit and getting it over with. You know what I mean? Unless you feel like, okay, I know how much I'm going to make when I buy these trucks. I should be able to make back the money that I'm paying for this truck in about 6 months. So instead of, let me just leave my cash over here for a little bit and go ahead and take this loan and do it that way. But you're still paying more. It don't make sense, though. That's why I don't get. That's why cash is better. I'm going to use it. Now, if you could do it quickly without making so much interest, maybe, yeah. But the odds of that, I think how it works, you still got to pay interest. They tried to do that with this car right here. It was like $20,000. But I was like, I'm going to listen to everybody else. I'm going to get a loan and try to build my credit up and all this bullshit. I try to listen to everybody else. Man, I seen that shit. It was like $5,000 more. I was like, shit. I was like, nah, man, I'm just going to buy this. And they was mad than the motherfucker. They about to get me for $5,000 for a few credit points. Fuck out of here with that, man. Credit. Credit for what? Credit for what? Some people, yeah, they don't have it. They can't get ahead enough, so they got to use credit. But if you got cash already, why credit? Why? Why are you paying $5,000 more for something that you could get? It don't make sense. Even if you was to buy this Walmart. Let's say the Walmart's $1 million, but if you get it on credit, it's $2 million. Why? Why? How is cash not better? It's better. You paying twice as much because you don't got cash. How's that not better? Of course it matters. But the rich people, what they like to say, the rich people, they're using their products or they're getting paid off their products. They're either using their products to sell they're either selling their products or they're getting paid off of their product. What do I mean? Paid off their products. Like they own a Walmart, they're getting paid off of that. What do I mean by selling their products? You know, like something you see in Walmart. You know, they're getting paid either off it or they're getting paid as like off their business or whatever, their service or whatever. But still, man, it still goes down to both, man. You need both in this world, plain and simple, y'all. So don't get caught up in either one. Don't get caught up in that loan shit either. Oh, I need credit. Yeah, you need credit. But I don't really, credit is more for, if you need it to try to make more money. If not, then you don't need that shit. I'm going to tell y'all this, though. I got like $111 cash rewards from using a credit card instead of my cash. But guess what? This is the thing that people need to listen to. Every month, it pays off everything I owe. So there's no interest. So basically, I'm getting paid to use a credit card instead of cash. But it's still cash, though. It's still cash. At the end of the day, it's cash coming from your bank account. Just because it's not a green dollar bill does not mean it's not cash. Just because you use credit and you got a credit loan does not mean that the shit that you owe on that credit is not cash. That is cash. Plain and simple. It's still cash. You still owe it. It's still cash. You selling products. You selling chicken or whatever. You want cash for that product. No matter how people look at it, you still want cash for it. No way around it. You're not just selling the shit to get product. I'm going to sell this chicken to get product. Nah, you doing that to get cash. Plain and simple. So I'm going to leave that shit alone, man. I don't know what else to say about it. Like I said, though, my goal is to have $1 million in cash. I didn't say That's all I want to be worth. No, I want to be worth a lot of things. But ultimately, when it comes to cash, I think $1 million would be enough. Just 1 million. Because a lot of people like Jay-Z and them, they don't really have all that cash like dude said. No, they don't, but they do. They do, but they don't. They don't have it like cash right there. But any given time, hey, I need 20 million. Let me go get this or whatever they doing. It's coming from their bank or they not their bank, but they businesses or whatever. You know what I mean? Their cash is their business. Their cash is their product. I get it. That's the best way to do it, but it still boils down to cash. How you going to get yourself in that position if you don't have cash? You would have to have credit, but then you're going to pay more. So therefore, to me, cash is better. You're better off having the cash than to have to use the credit. Only way credit is good is if you like Donald Trump, go from $1 billion to 0, then bounce back to $1 billion in a week. Yeah, credit be good then because you know what the fuck you're doing and you actually orchestrated what you was trying to do when you use the credit. Some people don't. They get credit on shit and they don't orchestrate what they was trying to do and they plan fails and now they in debt. Which is old money. Debt is old money. If cash did not matter, then debt could be paid off with just product. It could be sometimes, but rare. People want that money, dog. Plain and simple. And to me, money is not just a piece of paper. It's how you spend shit. It's your health. It's all type of shit. It's all type of shit. It's stuff you own, all that. But please, y'all, don't think that money don't mean nothing at all. That's some bullshit because, you know, there's levels to this shit. There's so many different angles when it comes to this shit. And I don't even have an idea how many there is, but I know there's a lot. You know, and I want to learn more and more. And one way to learn is to not be one-sided. Oh, I need cash. I need credit. Or I need assets or product. And that's it. Now you need it all. You need all that. The cash, the credit, the assets, the product. All of it. Y'all have a good one, man. All of that shit matters. All of it. Because you never know what angle you're going to have to use at what given time. Nothing's guaranteed. You might need cash for this one. You might need an asset for this. The asset going to make you money for this one or that one. The product make you money for that. You just don't know. It is more than one way to skin a fucking cat. Plain and simple. So really, there's no argument. Nobody arguing that cash ain't everything. But I still feel like it's the ultimate thing. At the end of the day, everything goes back to it. But of course, it's not the only thing. Of course, you want to own shit. You want to own a house. For instance, you know, owning cash versus owning a house that I could give to a kid if I had one. So they don't have to pay rent or something. I get it. Sometimes, like people say, paying rent is stupid. But what if paying rent actually gets you ahead in life to where you can start buying houses instead of just buying one house and be stuck in debt? See, everything, there's levels, man. It's not, you can't just go by how they program us. Oh, you get a house automatically. Not necessarily. What if I'm getting way ahead in life by not getting that house right now and not in debt, not bound to it? And then later on, by you just renting, you might get way ahead in life and then it might put you in a position where you could buy a few houses versus I'm just going to go buy this expensive ass house and be in debt. Come on now. I'm going to go buy this car and be in debt. Here's another one before I go. Buy the CT6 and basically get nothing out of it because you know it's going to lose value. So while we on this product kick, people like to say product. Okay, this car costs $20,000. You think I'm going to get 20 out of that? Nope. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Buy the CT6 and basically get nothing out of it at the end, right? You'll get something. You'll be able to sell something back. You know what I mean? They'll say they give you 10,000 back or something bullshit like that. Either buy that or buy a semi and have that semi make you money. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Just using semi as an example. You might own a hair salon. Who knows? It's all kind of shit, man. But I'm out, man. Y'all get the point. I know y'all do. So that's all I had to say about it, man. You know, I understand this shit a little bit more than what I have in the past few years, for sure. But to me, cash still at the end of the day, I still want that cash. You know, I don't want to have to perform and execute to sell something to get cash. Yeah, I do. I mean, I do, but I'd rather have that pillowcase, that $1 million pillowcase I was talking about. That's just for comfort. See, for some, I think when I said that, it got twisted to the fact that I'm saying that $1 million means everything. No, I'm not saying that. That's just a little pillowcase, you know, that little comfort there. That don't mean you want to own other shit. I get it, man. I know how this shit works, man. A little bit. I'm getting there. You know what I mean? I'm understanding. That's why I ain't bought a new car yet. I want to, but at the same time, I know what's best for me to do. I'm not stupid. You know, I'm going to have to buy the truck, man. It is what it fucking is, man. And no, I don't want to do that shit. Hell yeah, I want the new car. But guess what? If I buy that truck, I could probably get a couple new cars. And that's where it goes back to people renting versus buying houses. If they rent first and get ahead, they could buy a couple houses. So if I buy the truck first before buying the car, you can make that back with that truck, and then you could buy that car just like that, and then you'll still be making money from the truck and buy another car, whatever. See? Come on, y'all. Y'all know what it is.